Hey friends, Miss Baseley here. Today we are going to go over module 12.3 in our books, which is all about adding and subtracting tens. So last Monday, we learned about adding groups of 10. Wednesday, we learned about subtracting group of tens. And now today, we are going to talk about doing both, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you. There we go. And we are going to go ahead and look at this together. This is going to be Spark Your Learning in your workbook, okay? What I have done this week is I have assigned everything on the math website, and I will also accept if you would prefer to do it in your workbook, you can do that as well, okay? So you can pick one or the other, whichever one works better for you. So today I'm going to start off here online. Then when we're done with Spark Your Learning, I'm going to switch over to the workbook so that you can see that too. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I can add and subtract multiples of 10. A squirrel has 50 acorns. She gathers 30 more acorns. Then she buries 60 acorns. How many acorns does the squirrel have now? So let's go ahead. They give us a hundreds chart here that we can use to help us answer this, okay? So we are starting with 50 acorns, right? So let's go ahead and let's circle our 50 in yellow, okay? We're starting with 50. She gathers 30 more acorns. So if she gathers 30 more acorns, that means we're adding 3 groups of 10. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, right? So then it says, then she buries 60 acorns. Use the hundreds chart to add and subtract. So what we're going to focus on over here is this whole column right here. We're just going to look at our tens, okay? I added a 90 in there just so that we have, a bit of a range. We're focusing on this group right here. So if we had 50, the squirrel started with 50, she gathers 30, that's 50 plus 30, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 80, okay? But then she buries 60 acorns. So what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of 6 groups of 10, okay? So let's go ahead and cross them out together. So we're starting at 80. 50 plus 30 is 80. She's going to bury or get rid of 60. So that's 6 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many groups does she have left? If I started with 80 and I subtracted 60, 80 minus 60, I know that 8 minus 6 equals 2. So I am left, well, the squirrel is left with 20 acorns. Okay. So here they're going to show us how to do the work. You use the hundreds chart to show a squirrel has 50 acorns, gathers 30 more, and then buries 60. Now use the arrow to see a possible answer. So here's what they did. They started at 50 and they added 30 or 3 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, and it gave them 80. Then they subtracted 60. Those are the 60 that the squirrel buried. So they're getting rid of 6 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our final answer is 20. All right, so now they're going to have us put it in here. A squirrel has 50 acorns. She gathers 30 more. Then she buries 60 acorns. How many acorns does the squirrel have now? Choose the numbers to complete the sentences. So a squirrel has how many? Did she start with 20, 50, or 80? If we look up here, it says a squirrel has 50 acorns. So she starts with 50. Then she has blank acorns, 20, 50, or 80. Remember, we have 50, and she gathers, that's just gonna keep doing that to me. She gathers 30 more. So that's our 50, so 5 groups of 10 plus 30, 3 groups of 10, that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 10, or 80. Now she has blank acorns, 20, 50, or 80. Remember, she had the 50, gathered 30, then got rid of 60. So if I have 80 minus 60, that's 8 groups of 10 minus 6 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means I have 2 groups of 10 left, which is the same as 20. Let's check our answer to make sure that we're correct. There we go. All that hard work and effort paid off. A squirrel has 50 acorns. Then she has 80 acorns. Now she has 20 acorns. So for your turn and talk, you can turn and talk to mom and dad, talk to a sibling. You can even record yourself you can record a video on Dojo on your portfolio and post it and talk to me. It says, how could you draw a picture to show the same situation? So I want you to think about that. I'll give you a hint. Something you can do is draw a quick picture to help you. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead, get off the computer, and I'm going to turn and do some of the work in the workbook. If you feel that you're good to go, you don't need any more help, and you want to work on it on your own, either in the book or online, go for it, okay? But if you would like more help, then go ahead and stay right where you are. I'll switch over to the book, and we can go ahead and do more together, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at page 358, Build Understanding. If you're following along online, this would be task 2, Build Understanding. How can you solve how can you use a 100 chart to solve these problems? Letter A says, one class collects empty cans. On Monday, they collect 30 cans. On Tuesday, they collect 40 cans. How many cans does the class collect? Okay, so we're going to start off on Monday. So on Monday, they collected 30 cans. So I'm going to circle my 30. They start with 30 cans. On Tuesday, they collect 40 cans. So what we're going to do is we are going to add 40 or 4 groups of 10 to our 30. 10, 20, 30, 40. And that gives us 70. Because 3 plus 4 equals 7. And then we just bring down our zeros. So how many cans does the class collect? They collect 70 cans. All right, letter B says, another class wants to collect 50 bottles. The class has 20 bottles. What does this class need to do? Explain. So let's go ahead. Let me try and get this straight here. There we go. what we need to do, they want to collect 50 bottles. They currently have 20 bottles. Okay, so what we can do is we can either, let me show you it using two different colors. We can either start at 50 and go back till we get to 20, or we can start at 20 and go to 50. So ready? Let's try starting at 50 and going to 20. Here we go. Ready? 10, 20, 30. So this side, I'll just put it over here, we're subtracting to get our answer. On this side, let's add to get our answer. So we have 10, 20, 30. So whether you subtract or you add, you get the same answer, 10, 20, 30. So our answer is 30, but they want us to explain, right? And when we explain, we're just going to explain what we did here. The class needs to collect 30 more cans, right? Because if we're starting at 20 and we need to get to 50, 10, 20, 30 cans. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the next page. You'll see I already did this page, but the first time I recorded it, my phone was not recording. So I did some cover-ups, and as we go through this, we are going to go ahead and uncover these answers, okay? You can see I already did it in pen. This time, I will show you using highlighters, so I'll highlight the ones that I'm on. So, letter A is going to be in pink, okay? I have 90 minus 30 equals blank. So you can see right here, I started at 90, I'll color in my circle, and I subtracted 30, or 3 groups of 10. So 10, 20, 10, 20, 30. There we go. That loop was a little bit bigger. So if I subtract 3 groups of 10, 1, 2, 3, it leaves me with 60. Okay. Let's try letter B in orange. So this one is saying some number plus 20 equals 30. Okay, so let's go over to the side here. So I have 20 circled, so I'm going to color it in with orange so you can see it. And I need to get to 30. So what plus 20 is going to give me 30? Well, let's count until I get to 30. 10. Oh, I'm already there. So 10 plus 20 equals 30. All I had to do was just add 1 group of 10. So let's add a little plus. Plus 10. Okay. Letter C, we'll go ahead and show you in yellow. So this one is some number equals 40 plus 40. So if I start at 40, let's color it in yellow. Let's count our 40 more, or 4 groups of 10, and see what it gives me. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will give me 80, because each hop is worth 10. So 40 plus 10, 20, 30, 40 will give me 80. Another way you can look at it is by looking at just the 10 spot.
we know that 4 plus 4 equals 8. So if we add our tens together and put a 0 in the one spot, we get the same answer. Last, we have letter D. I'll do this one in green. This one is saying 30 equals 80 minus blank. So let's put a green box around our 80. I'll make it nice and big so you can see it. Okay. We're going to subtract a number until we get to 30. So let's count by tens until we get to 30. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And here I am at 30. So I jumped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, which is the same thing as 50. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. Check your understanding. It says, solve. Write an equation to show the problem. So this one says, number 1, there are 20 fish in a tank. So 20 fish in a tank. I already have it circled here, 20. 50 more fish are put in the tank. There's our key word, more. When we see the word more, we know that we're going to be adding. So let's add our addition sign there, okay? And that equals blank. So there are 20 fish in a tank. 50 more fish are put in the tank. How many fish are in the tank now? We're starting with 20, okay? Then we are going to add 50 more. So let's come on over here to our hundreds chart. If I have 20 and I'm going to add 50, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And that gives me 70. So 20 fish plus 50 fish equals 70 fish. Last one at the bottom here, we're going to figure out add or subtract. So this first one, 50 plus blank equals 80. Well, we did that one up top. We can still see it right here. 30 equals 80 minus 50. This is a fact family. So we can go ahead and figure out that 50 plus 30 equals 80. Okay. This last one I did on the side over here, so I will go ahead and go over it in a highlighter so you can see it and see how I'm doing it. So I have 90 minus 20. So let's color in my 90. Then I'm going to subtract 20. So 10, 20, and that gives me 70. Ta-da!
All right, my friends, so that is it for today's math lesson. We worked on Spark Your Learning. We worked on Build Your Understanding and Step It Out. Okay, so you should have done, let's see, pages 357 to 359, either in your workbook or online. All right, so if you did it online, everything is online. I will be able to see it that way. If you decided to do it in your workbook, go ahead, snap a picture, and upload it to Dojo. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.